All right, moving along. Horizon League, Sean.
Yes.
The Horizon. Do you call it the Horizon League Conference Tournament? Having league and conference in the same thing seems redundant. All right, this is now. I think we're heading back down. I tried to order these in order of relevance. This is not even worth asking, Colby, because I know this is a one bid conference. Although it has given us some teams who have given us some excellent postseason sweats in the past. Detroit Mercy, who Sean, who can forget the solo court storm earlier in the year. IUPUI, both sitting at 250 to 1. Robert Morris, who has had a classy team in the past, sitting at 200 to 1. Milwaukee and Cleveland State, both at 20 to 1. So big teardrop there. 18 to 1 for the Hilltoppers of Northern Kentucky. Wait, no, that's the Norse.
The Norse.
The Norse. The Purdue Fort Wayne, as Sean would say, the better Purdue, 12 to 1. Green Bay 11 to 1. Wright State 3 to 1. Oakland plus 270, and Youngstown State, the Penguins, plus 210. They were for a little bit. We got into them in football season when FCS was playing on islands. They were just a tough nosed blue collar team, like to run the ball and play defense. Could not pass the ball to save their life that season. All right, what's the handicap here, Cole? Oh, so first off, we got the. It's presented by Barbasol. If you didn't know, they're still out there spreading the good word about shaving cream. First round, quarterfinals, all on campus sites in the Horizon League tournament. Then for the semifinals and the championship, we're at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum, which I think is where the Pacers play, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So good to see they're playing in a basketball arena. They are moving to a neutral site in Indy, but that doesn't kick in until Monday, March 11th. Their tournament's also very strange. They play the first round Tuesday, March 5th, quarterfinals Thursday, March 7th, and then they take the whole weekend off. And they say, come back on Monday.
Right. Lante's right. It's like the NFL playoffs. They do reseeding. So
yes, that was the last point we were getting to. Basically, they have a 3 play-in game, 4 teams waiting, 3 teams waiting. The lowest seeds will go to the highest seeds, basically, and then you have a Wright State, Northern Kentucky game already set. So worth noting, the teams that are already in the second or the quarterfinals: Oakland, Youngstown State, Green Bay, Wright State, Northern Kentucky, the top 5 seeds, which is why you see a step up in price after them.
This is the conference that I think, out of all the ones we've previewed, is the most intriguing as far as night in, night out. Really, every single team minus IUPUI and Detroit Mercy, and I'll throw Bob Morris in there. I think all the other ones can win it. Bob Morris actually can probably win a round or two, but IUPUI and Detroit Mercy have sucked all year. But this is one where I believe the best roster is Wright State. Now, but every other team, like the top 8 teams, you can legit see. I think there's value, like Milwaukee and Cleveland State. There's incredible value on Milwaukee and Cleveland State.
I was going to say, Colby, Cleveland State and Milwaukee. Those were the 2 I was looking at. The Milwaukee, there's this kid, BJ Freeman, been very good with the 3 ball. And you've seen that before in conference tournament. A kid gets hot. And look at their path. I mean, they're starting off with a 13-point favorite against Detroit Mercy. You could see them getting on a roll, and similar situation for Cleveland State. Tristan Uruna, Colby, we all know him. He's a household name. He was able to carry him. Do I take a small sprinkle on Cleveland State and Milwaukee? Do you like one or the other?
I like Cleveland State. I mean, my logic is I think Wright State's the most talented roster. I'm going to put Wright State in on some action, and then Cleveland State as my long shot. But I would not have an issue if you took Cleveland State and Milwaukee, because like I said, I think they're both good enough. Bart Lundy does a great job with the Panthers. It wouldn't shock me at all if they won the Horizon. This tournament, though, I really believe, like, if you're sitting there just thinking which tournament should I be paying closer attention to, this one's going to be bonkers. I think like each game is going to be a 2-point game.
I'm
like,
going to do it. I'm going to just
on.
do small sprinkle in Cleveland State, Milwaukee, both 20 to 1.
We got to think about this because this is also just the way that the fallacy of how odds change when things happen that are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Cleveland State, Milwaukee, and even if we throw in Purdue, Fort Wayne, the better Purdue,
they're going to drop to like 15 or 12 to 1.
Well, Purdue already has great odds. They're laying 10.5. They take care of business. Their odds, maybe they dip, but Cleveland State and Milwaukee sitting at 20 to 1. Once they advance into the quarterfinals, there's no way their price is going to be 20 to 1 anymore. And so even from the game theory perspective, again, you highlighted they're laying these massive numbers in the first game, which is, implied victory is what? 95+%. You're not getting bounced in the first round. So you buy now, you get a better price than if you buy before the next game when they're gonna play in the next game. And then if you think they're live in the next game, then you can decide, well, maybe there's a mechanical parlay here that's better. But
Cleveland State has beaten Youngstown and Oakland this year, the top 2 seeds. So
yeah, I'll hop in on Cleveland State with you guys. You'll notice I'm not rushing to play the chalk here in this conference.
What, Milwaukee, Ryan? You gonna ride with them?
Well, I think
Milwaukee, the Algonquins.
No, I want to play the same angle with Milwaukee, so I would probably spray both of those teams.
Let's go.
And then, again, knowing that there's a reseed going on. I mean, I think the odds even explain to you how close this conference is. There's 3 play-in games. The 3 teams at the bottom of the odds are the 3 teams that no one expects to win. Everyone else in the 8-team field, this is the guarantee I'll make. The 8-team field will all be like 16 to 1 or shorter in the quarterfinals, which means that basically that means everyone does have a shot to win.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be pretty crazy. And Detroit, say what you want about them, they almost knocked off Oakland just a game ago. Like Detroit, they're healthier than they've been. I know we're talking about but I'm just saying they're capable. They're capable of giving them a game. Giving them a game. This team almost beat Ole Miss, lost by 1 at Ole Miss in Oxford, and then Bob Morris, like you said, as in the lead-in, historically, I know they're 10-21 this year, but historically, they have been a team that can fuck with some of these teams. They beat Milwaukee this year. They've played some other. They lost to Cleveland State by 2. So this is a team that this conference tournament is going to be a bundle of fun to watch. Out of all the ones we've previewed so far, this is going to be the best one to watch.
Colby's watching some kid stuff. He just said bundle of fun. You know what? I'm also going to sprinkle the Norse of Northern Kentucky.
You should, because they win it almost every other year.
I think a similar handicap. In a league like this where you're not confident on the top, why not spray the bottom? That's all I got.
Kramer likes to spray the bottom. Cleveland State, Milwaukee for me. Kramer's on Northern Kentucky 18 to 1. Cleveland State and Milwaukee. Colby likes Cleveland State and Wright State. Wright State 3 to 1.
Oh, look at you taking the chalk.